All right, good evening. Welcome to the pop-up, coming to you live from the Black Media Matter studios right here in downtown Seattle. I'm your host tonight, Omari Salisbury, a.k.a. the Big O. That's what they call me on the streets. Big shots out to our host last night, Sean Good, representing Team Light Bright. You know what I'm saying? Him and Jerome Edge. It was actually a really dope and introspective show last night. You know what I'm saying? It was a different kind of speed for what we see right here, but it was really, really special. And big shout out to Jerome Edge for sharing a lot of things with our audience last night that, he said he had never shared before, but he said that he was sharing because he felt that he was in a safe space here with Converge Media in the Black Media Matter studio. So thank you to that. All right, we got a great show on tap tonight. We got my guy, Damon Brown. Creative Lou is in the building, and we're going to be talking about all the creative things that you... What's up, David?
Man, shoot, how you doing?
Oh, my God. I'm good. Welcome back.
I'm happy you had me back. I got something to share, something to tell you, man, because it's been a little minute.
Okay, yes. Yeah. It's been a minute, and before I get into all the recitals and the protocols at the beginning of the show, I'll let our audience know that this wall, there you go, big wide, brother. This wall behind us right here, this iconic interview wall, this has been, you designed this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You worked with Stephanie Johnson-Tolliver, and of course, the canvas was our wall, but the paint was provided generations before you.
Right.
By Al Smith.
Yeah, that was amazing to be able to go through his collection and tell a story. Yeah, that was something different.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about that too. Now this is part of the show where I pay some bills. Okay, you okay?
Yeah,
so you get to hang out for a second.
Yeah.
All right, first up right now, we want to give a big shout out to Jamila Conley and everybody over there, We Rise Wines. So We Rise Wines, I just be honest with you, they're just super dope. Located on 2nd Avenue, right across from the Moore Theater. Amen, it's for us and by us. Hello. So that means that, you can go ahead and get you some wine by some black folks and some additional people of color who we rocking with, of course. It's also, the food is amazing. They got a great event space there. The best thing is with We Rise Wine is you're supporting somebody that supports our work here at Converge. Go ahead and hit them up at WeRiseWines.com. See, I had it longer for you, Eric, so you can now just end it anytime. Yeah, last night I saw Sean Good was like, he was reading the guy. I said, listen, make this thing 5 minutes long. Whenever somebody's done, just press stop. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I know, because We Rise is the business. Are you a wine drinker? Do you drink at all?
Nah.
If you don't, it's okay.
It's been a little minute. I used to, but not anymore. Yeah.
All right, well, it's cool. Because, man, we got an NA bottle for you over there. Courtesy of We Rise Wine.
Dang, let's get into it.
Yeah, whatchamacallit is Deontay Damper. He's also NA around here. So we're highly respectful of that preference, by the way. Yeah. So if I say that, it's not me being a funny. It's because we're respectful of the preference. Yeah. All right, looks like the ACLU is helping us keep the lights on this week, which is fantastic. You got something coming up over? Oh, there it is. All right. True community journalism means telling the stories of everyone who shapes our region. This Pride Month and every single day, we stand with the 2SLGBTQIA plus community across Washington State, also known as the Evergreen. And people who know that it be Evergreen. People like Eric. Recognizing their history and strength, the ACLU of Washington State is actively working to safeguard our civil rights and protect people on the ground. If you can you can learn more about their initiatives and see how to get plugged into the movement by visiting aclu-wa.org/pride. Keep it locked. Thank you, ACLU. It's fantastic. I'll be honest with you, come a long way with the ACLU. They're now sponsors of what we do. I ain't never really have like a problem. Imagine this. My mama and also my daughter have both won the highest awards or recognition from the ACLU of Washington State.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they
amazing.
all the way in there.
Yeah.
When it comes to me, though, ACLU, it was during the protest. ACLU had a lot of, all of our stuff was in federal court because the ACLU they took all the footage from the protests, and they were like, yeah, you can't tear gas, you can't do this, you can't do that. So they've been in the mix, and now we're happy to welcome them here. All right, so we have an official introduction that's coming up here. You know, I mean, when we're just talking, it's okay for me to be like, that's my guy, my dude.
Right.
He do what he do.
Right.
But however, it turns out that we're talking to an engaged public audience who wants to know more about you. So go ahead and put up this Damon Brown intro, please, Mr. Director. Oh, there we go. Damon Brown, also known as Creative Lou, is a Seattle-based multi-disciplinary artist and owner who blends his love for classical art, comic books, okay, we're going to talk about that, and illustration into graphically dynamic designs. His work visually anchors the identity of local spaces, living in permanence, from the iconic Converge Media iconic interview wall in the Black Media Matters studio to its historic preservation designs on craft beer cans for Metier Brewing. Officially, my brother, welcome back to the Black Media Matters studio.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And a studio that you literally, like, your fingerprints is all over this place.
Yeah, you allowed me to put my fingerprints on it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, we got a nice video. It's after the first commercial break.
Yeah.
But we got a nice video I'm going to play. And I will say this. We're going to get into some headlines here. Is that you ever had the one homie who you know is so serious about something that you're not gonna talk to him until you serious enough? You know, let me get my camera here real quick.
Yeah.
So this is like B-Boy Worthen. You know what I'm saying? B-Boy. I'm not gonna talk to B-Boy about no hats, about his hustle or any, because he's so serious about it. It's a craft that I'm not like, hey, Oakley Dokley, how's the hat? No, I'm not talking to him unless it's like, yo, we want a Converge run on the hats. You know what I'm saying? We want a pop-up run on the hats because I know that's how entrenched it is. And I'll just say this, and I know we'll circle back around. When it came back to designing this wall right here, bruv, I know every graphic designer, but I only knew one. And I never worked with you before, ever. But I only knew one with the seriousness of what was at the stake here and what it meant. There was only one, which was you. And that's why I'm just like overjoyed. I'm like a little kid right now to have you back here in the studio. Pull your mic a little closer.
Yeah, that's an honor. I didn't even know. Yeah. I mean, that's interesting. That's how what you thought of me in the field.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. I'm like, come on, man. Hey, look, Eric. We know we used to be Flyer Kings, man. Yeah, we know Eric, Dave Gavino, Upheaval, you know, Seasick. We know people who can make stuff. Yeah, Boone. You know, we know people who can make stuff.
Right.
But the vision in my mind, I said, there's only one person. There's only, you know, so it was like, it was no, whatever interview, I don't know what I would have done if you would have said no. if you would have been like, nah, I'm cool. And, you know, if you guys would have seen, I wish I would have thought of it sooner. We would have put it in the show. My original mock-up that I sent to Damon, this wall was gray. And I just took some pictures and put it, I put it on the wall. And I was like, yo, this is my vision.
Wow, I do remember that. Yeah. Nah, that's an honor because a couple of people you said that were doing flyers were some legends out here.
Yeah.
They were some true legends.
Exactly. Like, and we work with, I'm sure there's quite a few more. We got a Hall of Fame. But when it came, matter of fact, it's okay, Mr. Director, we're going to change the format of the show today. Is that okay with you? Because I think that, like, people need to, we need to just really give Damon his flowers and also talk about what he's up to. Is it okay if we skip some headlines?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so let me just, let's give Eric a second here. So we got him looking good in what we doing too. Give me 1 second and we'll find it. It's B2. And so, 1 second. Is it already playing? Okay. So we're going to go back to October 23rd, 2021. This is what the audience is getting ready to see. And this is when you and Stephanie Johnson Tolliver first came into this Black Media Matter studio and you saw your work, which was a concept before then. It was on your, whatever, your program and all that kind of stuff. And in Washington Graphics, it came in, they laid the wall. Yeah. And we're getting ready to play the video right now.
2021?
2021, my friend. 5 years ago, October 23rd, 2021.
Wow.
Is when this wall was laid right here. This your stuff came from out of a computer. Yeah. And you saw it for the very first time. On October 23rd, we unveiled the new Converge Media Studios to Stephanie Johnson Tolliver of the Black Heritage Society of Washington State, who along with Damon Brown of Creative Lou, designed our interview wall with epic images of Seattle's Black community of yesteryear from the late Al Smith's photography collection at Mohi. We often speak about our past, our community, our culture, our traditions. Though times have changed for us here in the Emerald City, Converge Media is firmly rooted in our history and grounded in our legacy while focused on the future. We want to say thank you to all of you who support Converge Media. Just know that you are the difference. You made this studio possible, and because of you, we continue to grow and thrive in our purpose. So be on the lookout for new, impactful, and educational programming from Converge Media. And remember, Black Media matters. Woo! Look, they caught me on the window. You see how crispy you look there, boy?
Yeah,
I shouldn't remember. Black Media matters. Look at you, like, come on, man. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? And so big apology to Mead Gill. Mead put a whole thing there together, but it's like, so thank you, Mead. We got the assets for it. Right. But, bro, So first of all, let's just start there. We got a lot of different stuff to talk about what you've been up to. Okay. But like welcome back, because I don't think you've been here in this studio since October 23rd, 2021. We'll have to think about it.
No, we'd have to think about it, but you might be right.
Yeah.
I know we definitely running each other in the field, but I don't know if
we shot you all over the place.
Yeah, but I don't know if I've been back here.
Yeah. And so maybe then in that case, and we might have some overlays, we might not, but man, in that case, go back to that moment then, because our audience just saw you and you, somebody who makes dope stuff for a living, even you was like, whoa.
Yeah, because I mean, when I put something together, I live in the moment, I breathe in the moment, I'm all in, but then I just let it go, right?
Yeah, I know that feeling.
I just kind of let it go, and I don't go back and look at it again. So when I see it in production or in the physical, then it's just like, whoa, then that moment hits, and that's when I'm like blown away, because I think when I'm doing it, it's like work.
Right, exactly. I mean? Exactly. Right. And even with this, it was a few of those work kind of things, because you actually wanted to transform even more, but there was limitations from the Museum of History and Industry. And for people should know that this wall here is an extension of the Museum of History and Industry. Right. This is a living landmark. People from over 30 countries around the world come here to our studio. They take pictures in front of it. But you had all kinds of ideas, but they had things, this can't bleed into that. You can't change the color of this.
Yeah, you can't crop it. You can't cut anybody out. It just has to be just the image itself. So the challenge there was to come up with the pattern that kept your eye moving as you're looking at it. It's never the same. So there's like a pattern within it and balance, that you probably don't see, but that's the Easter egg inside of it, as well as telling the story from start to finish in the Central District back then.
It's like David hit me. He's like, oh yeah, it's gonna be a pookity if you're from the hood,
And they partied a lot too, so there was a lot of drink in the pictures, so a lot of pictures couldn't,
I like how that's not hidden though, and like people were like, they want to make it seem like our ancestors, and I'm not talking about ancestors hundreds of years ago. All right, Big Mama's Big Mama and them. This up there on the wall.
Yeah.
Man, they was kicking it. And life was much harder for them in Seattle than it is for us right now. Yeah. But Al Smith, and Al Smith was a photographer on most of these photos here. He was the first black graduate from O'Day High School. Al Smith was able to capture black joy in a way that was just in such an impressive state. He was able to capture black joy.
Yeah, and there's pictures, I'm telling pictures that I've just never seen. History stories I've heard, but I've never seen physical pictures. So to go through that whole collection, that took time in itself. That took time in itself. Yeah.
Hey, well, I'm gonna tell you, I hit Damon. And no disrespect to any other designer, but I hit Damon and I said, bro, this one right here, I said we never worked together before, but I said every aspect and element that comes in the fundamental graphic design, I need that, and to the things that somebody like me can easily repeat, aspect ratio and color hue and this, everything that's there, this is there, because it was like, This was like the Smith family, Mo High, the Black Heritage Society of Washington State, being like, that they're the stewards of these images. Yeah. And it's like, who can I call to trust? Right. That's gonna know the gravity of okay, this is what these images are and represent.
Dude, I appreciate you think of me on that level. When it comes to the design. Yeah. Because that's really what I'm all about, giving people that top tier design experience or that artistic experience. Yeah.
It's great. I'll say this, and we'll move on. Yeah. Is the best thing is everybody thought I was crazy. With this wall here, no one supported me.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, no one hated on me either. Like, oh,
right. But they weren't like,
yeah. Because it was like, we got a whole wall here. We could put this, and that. And I was like, listen, I just want to put old school photos. Yeah. I said, I just want to put old school. And I felt myself in an echo chamber on that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I remember I sent everybody my mock-up, the same one I sent you. And, of course, everybody, yeah, that's cool. That's whatever. Right. But one thing I can say is when people walked in and they saw it, it was like, in matter of fact, I know I need to wait for this. I'm asking now. Yeah. What is that like? Because see, that's in a once in, Converge is 10 years old in August, and that's happened one or two times in the show. Like, oh, this show is gonna be dope. People don't see it or whatever in this wall, but usually it doesn't happen. What's it like to be a visionary and nobody understand your vision, and it isn't until it's delivered that they're like, oh yeah, hey, here we go.
Hey, that's kind of like my career, right? People have a vision in their head, and then I got to show them their vision with a little more seasoning on it. And then I sometimes throw them that third vision, like, let me take control and show you what I can do. So it usually falls within that second or third. So yeah, to see it, like I said, to see it in person was mind blowing. Yeah.
Yeah, this is guy. And I don't take your words lightly, because when you actually say that, and for somebody who has art all over the city, which we're going to talk about here in a second, for somebody who has art everywhere, it's really dope. And actually, Eric, it looks like we skipped a break, so we're actually no need to go there now. But I'm gonna just jump forward into some questions. I've reformatted. You see what happens when I get too excited.
Yeah, come on.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'm like Louis over here, Charlene, and I got too excited. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She has a dog, but it's like guy gets excited. He's just all over the place. Yeah. So I'm too excited. I'm just here with a big celebrity, man, who I actually respect so much. We do got a question for you here.
Yeah.
How does art and community advocacy come together for you?
Well, for me, it's, with the projects I do, if it's illustration or public artwork or whatever it is, I'm usually taking the stories of the community or the mission and turning them into something visual. So that's kind of my part that I'm able to play. And like you said, with that level of professionalism, I want to make sure that I give somebody a product that's going to win and represent that our community or whatever, and give them some of that A1 product, basically. Yeah.
Right, and so for you, I guess one of the things is you already represent community.
Yeah.
Like you can make art for anybody, and this the best thing is like, let's just be real. Like, yeah, you black.
Right.
Yeah, you from the hood.
Right.
Yeah, you went to Garfield.
Right.
But yeah, I can make art or design or you got all the right words for anybody. All around the bubble. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? From Maine to Spain, from Turkey to Albuquerque.
Yeah, I'm gonna compete. Yeah, I'm gonna go up against whoever. I'm gonna show you that we could do it. Yeah, easily. Yeah, that's my mission. That's always in the fuel tank when I'm behind a project.
Yeah. You see that smile right there? I hope everybody's saying, look at Eric. You see that smile? He was like, yeah, come on. He's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That's where listen, that's where the CD or CB comes out over here. He's like, what? Oh, they got a bid in Uzbekistan. It's nothing. Come on, man. Come on, man. You gonna touch these fingers, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
That's the bit. All right. And, along the lines here in this segment right here, our question is, what is the current state of, or what do you think, right? Because in this opinion here, what do you think the current state of black creativity is in Seattle? I would say, to add more to that, on a professional space or a space where it's being seen. Because in the garage, it's always happening.
Yeah, I would say it's at an all-time high right now. I think there's the renaissance going on in Seattle or Washington. There's a lot of black creatives that are coming up and doing things. If it's throwing events or having event spaces, you got like Art Noir. We have a gallery. You have different artists right now just kind of really rising to the top and honing in on a crowd. So I would say right now is that time,
So it's us right now. You feeling it?
Yeah, it's us right now for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I'm the goon around here. You got to tell you, I'm literally on tape when somebody messing with art. That could have been your mural on an electric box that I was over there going over.
Right.
You see, so you're dealing with a real deal goon from the block. Yeah. So I'm just asking if everything's cool out there for our people.
It's cool, but it's we could use a little more for sure. I mean, definitely.
You need me to cuss more people out, or you need more money?
Nah, it could be more money, more opportunity, more projects. Things around the neighborhood. I mean, definitely, we could have an uptick in that for sure, and teaching our young creatives, so they jump in the field after me. I'm feeling like LeBron. I'm ready to kind of get out the game.
You know what? Yeah. It's crazy. I was talking to actually a few things. Let me say this.
Okay.
Is that on that? I've been doing this for 10 years, man. Yeah. This is my first time going over. Well, actually, during the protest, so separate from the protest, because I went viral every day, millions of views.
Right.
So separate from that, it's been years. And now I go viral protecting art.
Right.
And then if you protect art of black women, or of a black woman, I'm in a whole other space.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I got SZA liking me. I got her liking me.
Yeah.
I got Monica liking me. I got almost every black woman entertainer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's in there I'm saying, in protection of her art. But when we talk about these opportunities that are out there and opportunities for like our young black artists, and you just said like, yo, I'm looking for what's next.
Right.
It was I was talking to my mama earlier, and, my mama was known for raising hell at City Hall for 3 decades. And then I was like, yeah, mama, I be down there. I said, the only reason I be there raising hell though is because, it's for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And my mama said, well, son, we gonna have to find who's next, because hell needs to continue to be raised down there in City Hall. Yeah. And so, like, on the artist tip, it's like, we you kicked in doors. Do you feel like, man, who do I find who's next to kick in a door?
Yeah, I want to find out. I mean, there's a lot of people that I feel like can kick in the door, but I think you may not know what to do. You know what I mean? So right now I'm currently trying to figure out a way I can give back to give that game. You know what I mean? How do you transfer from art, painting at home, and then how do you break in and start working for some of these corporations and doing things? Because there's some pieces in between. It's not just art, Yeah.
This is true. The best film that I think the Converge Media we ever made is called Finding Go. I don't know if you've seen it. I know Barry Johnson's seen it. Yeah.
Oh, is he? Okay.
So, and I'll just tell you this. I'm going to send it to you.
Okay.
And I know, because I'm an artist like you,
Yeah.
is that you're going to find 30 minutes to watch my film uninterrupted, because I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit.
I'm going to watch it.
But I'll just tell you this real quick, is that it's the story of Ade Hogue, who was the graphic designer. He did everything by hand. He was the hand letterer for the Alaska Airlines UNCF plane.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then he ended up, unfortunately, dying in a bicycle accident in Chicago. And so we flew all across America and told his story. And they're in college. They were like, yeah, everybody else used a computer. He was freehand. He was, it was this, it was that. But, like, I only say that is because, like, our young people knowing, like, these stories and outlets and things you can do, you know what I'm saying, is important. Anyways, listen, I got a lot of stuff to talk to Damon Brown about. I know Gil's going to be mad. He spent so much time on putting headlines and stuff together tonight. Well, go ahead and give me the shout out, Damon.
What's the shout out?
Let's let him know it's all good.
It's all good, man.
Yeah, all right, me. See, Damon said it's all good. He be trying to beat me up in the morning. We're going to take a quick break right now. We're going to continue our conversation with Damon Brown, Creative Lou. You're watching The Pop-Up.
Ole, 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 ole. Ole, ole. Ole, 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 ole. Ole, ole.
This summer, Metro connects the world.
Welcome to Hell's Kitchen, Broadway's hit musical from Alicia Keys.
Every song, If I Ain't Got You, Empire State of Mind, it's all in the show.
Meet Allie, a 17-year-old girl full of fire. Meet the musical mentor who changes her life, and her family, who lifts her up. With exhilarating choreography, Hell's Kitchen is all about finding yourself, your purpose, and the people who inspire you. Hell's Kitchen, playing the Paramount Theater July 21st through 26th.
Real ones show up for each other. In the barbershop, at home, in the group chat, we check in. Not just you good, but really good.
Because the health of your friends and family matter, and they need you to check in. Healthy men keep each other safe.
And real ones check in on the ones we love. Because when we tap in, we stay healthy together.
Headed to run and walk with pride? Getting there is easy with King County Metro. Tap and pay with your phone or your card. Use your Orca card or Puget Pass. Getting there in real time with transportation information whenever you need it. Metro Rider Support Teams is there to help to make sure your trip is smooth from start to finish. Ride with pride this June.
Bring her in here. Okay. All right. Welcome back to The Pop-Up. Coming to you live from the Black Media Matter studios right here in downtown Seattle, Washington. I'm your host, the Big O, and a Big shout out to the innovative change makers. You know what I'm saying? I was hoping Mr. Director would have a camera there on my back. He'd be like, we got your back, we got your back. But on the back, it even says the big O. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out Brian Gatewood, Big BG, and all the worker innovative change makers. We want to make sure and represent you here on the Pop-Up tonight. Joined tonight by our guest, Damon Brown, a.k.a. Creative Lou. And, man, this brother is phenomenal. This brother is on fire. Man, I was fortunate to go to high school with Damon. He graduated 1 year before me. Yeah. And it's like, I think it's kind of special that, like, when you catch up with people later on in life and they're living in that purpose that you saw when you was like 16 and 17 and somebody. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's real. Like you've always just been that guy, and now here we are. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out the best ways to make our gray hairs look cool between us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's so special to be here decades after leaving the doghouse, and it was like, yeah, that's that dude. Wow.
Never thought about it like that, but it's been a journey. Yeah. It's been a journey since leaving Garfield. Sure. Yeah.
And before I get into some questions here, maybe you can, and just bring this a little bit closer to you. Yeah. Maybe you can tell us, like, because, like, I went to Garfield. I had an interest in whatever, man. What was your journey after Garfield that landed you in this professional space that you're at now?
I mean, the journey was I went to school. I went to Washington State University. Went out there, joined into the art program, learned all the pastels and painting and clay and all this stuff I didn't want to learn, because at the time I was coming from more like street art and graffiti and comic book art. So kind of had a little tough time there. Left school, came over here trying to get into the field and worked hard on my craft behind the scenes. If you saw me out, I'd be come home at 1, 2, 3, chasing it, going to school, going to programs, just really, really putting a lot of time into my craft. And then I eventually, I was going up to Broadway. I get these graphic design books or art books because I thought you had to know how to do every aspect of it. So when I finally got my corporate job, I realized, oh, no, they hire somebody for illustration and type and photography. But I had 10,000 hours in all of it.
Get out of here.
On my own, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So you was like ready, so you didn't have to get ready.
I was ready, but I didn't have the confidence, right? Like I was ready.
Like a lot of us. Go ahead and talk to that.
No, I didn't have the confidence. I was, matching myself up against my peers, or was telling myself I wasn't here, I wasn't working for this agency, so maybe I wasn't good enough. And it wasn't until,
you know what? Yeah. I'm gonna stop you because we're gonna clip that, and people should know we're on First Avenue and we're live.
Right.
And so you gonna get what you got on First Avenue. Yeah. But I got a feeling what you're getting ready to say here is important. Can you go ahead and start again?
Yeah, about the confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a lot. I had confidence, but I had a lack of confidence in the corporate space. I had nothing to match it up against. I was just freestyling, So it wasn't until I got into the field and I was producing things and people were telling me this was great and you can do this, but in my heart of hearts, I just felt like I wasn't as good as I was. So it wasn't until I ended up going to a continuing educational program where I was in the classroom with people from Starbucks and Microsoft and Boeing, their designers. And I was like, oh, I can compete. You know what I mean? So that at that moment, then I kind of knew I was decent.
So, bruv,
yeah, I know.
You mean to tell me that, like, this whole time you was filthy, but because you didn't have a measurement against it.
I didn't have
you know what I'm saying?
No, I didn't.
And if you hadn't done the CEUs, you might have just been somebody who's in the hood, like, just getting loaded every night. Like, yeah, man, I could have been dope.
Yeah, I mean, I knew I didn't want that, but I was willing to go after it. I was willing to chase it. I was willing to really bet on it, year after year after year, Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
And so, also, for me, I learned a lot shooting the film Finding Go.
Yeah.
And, Ade was, he was in the, man, I'm going to find it. I'm going to actually send this to you. You're going to so appreciate this film.
Yeah, you got to send it to me.
Because about it, it's the best work. It's the best documentary film Converge Media has ever made. But you're sitting out there And how are you keeping yourself pumped up though? Like, yeah, once you took the CU class, you're like, oh man, the Amazon guy's doing this, I'm good. You know, Starbucks guy's doing that. But man, how did you keep yourself encouraged until you got to that place where you're actually like, oh, okay, I see that I belong?
I started just going after things like could I get an award in communication arts, which is a graphic, publication back in the day that some of the top designers would have features in. I read a lot of books on like Michael Jordan or Kobe and sports stars, like how did they stay motivated year after year to go for a championship. So I just learned a lot of competitive ways and tricks in competition. I was in competition. What I realized, I was in competition with people that where I wanted to be secretly. But I was like Thanos. I was just going through anybody I work with and I liked what they did. I was flattered. I'd ask questions and I would take a little bit of their skills, and add on and add on and add on. Yeah.
But what I hear you saying is that you actually worked at it.
I worked at it. Probably too hard. Well, I'm not going to say too hard because I am where I am now.
I mean, sometimes people think it's just by osmosis, oh, woke up one day and now it's like, I'm competing.
No. There's times I did work for free, hoping that maybe a CEO of a company would see it on the kitchen table somewhere. I mean, I had to put that kind of energy into the art I did, to come up with something sick or dope, I don't want to lose the not thinking I made it, because I think when I start moving like I think I made it or I'm this or that, then I think the magic's going to go away.
Mr. Director, Charlene, I heard this guy say that he earned 10,000 hours in at least 5 different categories. Can we give Damon Brown a hand? This is what I'm saying.
Is that a lot? Yeah.
I mean, it's different. This show's not about me, so I'll only take a few seconds to say this. Is that a lot of people, because they don't know my story, and they think my story started at the protest or something, or cell phone. It's like, actually, my story started at Garfield Messenger at Garfield High School, and me and Naomi Ishisaka. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then I went on to college and worked at WRVS 89.9 ECSU, and then from there went at AND 1. You know what I'm saying? And worked on the AND 1 mixtapes and Ball Above All. Then from there over to like Def Jam. Then from there over the seas for decades and everything else. Yeah. And it's like people, and it's dope. They're not supposed to see that. And it's the one thing is.
But I see it. I saw it.
Yeah.
Like when you had the Diodors, when you're doing this and that. I mean, I'm looking at you like, man, you made it. I'm trying to get there. So you just added a log to the fire and probably didn't even know it. You know what I mean?
That's so dope.
Anybody that does something where their craft has lasted this year, just even coming in here and seeing how you guys run the studio is just magic. I could never do that. I'm not saying I couldn't. I could put hard work in and try to get good, but it's not my nature. You guys are great. Yeah, I've been watching you for a long time. Oh, you know that though.
Yes, that's a big deal. It's only this guy can be explained. I'm known for my scowl on the set.
Nah. You've been doing this for a long time, and I know what it takes.
Yeah,
I know what it takes.
No, speaking of knowing what it takes, if this is all right with you, because you've also gone through the wording here is health complications.
Yes.
But you know what I'm saying, and actually people who saw you early on in that segment there from October 23rd, 2021, you see you moving around the studio and all these other kind of things, but from that point, you actually ran into some health complications.
Yeah, I ran into some health complications. Like I had 2 kidney transplants earlier on.
Oh wow!
And then this recent one. I think, I caught this autoimmune thing that kind of paralyzed me about 2 years ago.
When you say kind of, I mean, I know it's TV.
It paralyzed me pretty much kind of like from the waist
down. It paralyzed you,
paralyzed
not even
me.
Kind of.
Within 24 hours, I went from walking to needing to be in a wheelchair. Yeah. Wow. I came home from the hospital. I was in there for 2 months learning how to walk, lifting me up, putting harnesses on me, the machines getting me to walk, shocking my legs, learning how to do things in a wheelchair, do dishes, all that. I went through all of that inside the hospital. Came home, had to put lifts in my house, couldn't walk, And I've just been grinding to get back. So now that I'm walking with a cane and without a cane sometimes. But let me tell you, I think that's life or God or whatever telling me to slow down and balance my life. I put so much into my art career from the high school days that you saw to going to college, to coming, trying to get in this career, working around the clock to put those 10,000 hours that I think it became a little bit of a detriment to my health. So it kind of forced me to kind of slow down, you know, because I was chasing it like at 200 miles per hour. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not often here that I sit here speechless.
Yeah.
I say like in a different kind of journey, but similar is like, you know, I got injured years ago in a protest, hip bad, everything else, but the pursuit, it was crazy because like looking at it now, I'd be like, yeah, man, sit your ass down and get this hip fixed.
Right.
But it was like, no, like I need to go. I need to go. And you know, I'm showing up to shoots, I can barely walk. Some shoots I couldn't even get out the car.
Right.
And I'm just telling other people, okay, put this camera here, put this camera there, do this and do that. Because it's like, man, no, I'm never going back to where I came from.
Right.
I'll never go back to that.
Yeah.
And it drives and it drives and it drives. And, you know, for me, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
In that, you know, at the same time, also, I didn't really have good insurance and everything else. If something happened, it was crazy. Because when I finally went to Spencer, when I had good insurance, I finally went to Spencer. He was like, good God, man. He was like, Star Trek. It's like, Scotty, good Captain. You know what I'm saying? He was like, we got to get you a surgery right away. It's like, how are you moving like that? I'm moving in like a 9.
Yeah.
In pain between 7 and 9, like all day. Man. And it was just whatever. And I only say that to say that it didn't matter. The pain didn't matter to me.
No.
Because I'm like, man, we're going to go get it. You know?
Yeah. I was too close to throttle back. And I didn't know what part of the recipe, what I was doing was helping me move forward. It wasn't until this year. So if we did this wall in 2021, this happened like a little over 2 years ago. Now I'm kind of like pacing myself like, hey, I'm just going to pace myself. But I didn't know what part of the recipe to throttle back on. When I was in the hospital, I thought I was going to lose all my clients. I thought it was over, you know. I had to take meetings when I was in the hospital and call the nurse an hour ahead, and my back was on fire, and have them harness me up and sit in a chair and log on. And, I don't know what I was doing. Should have probably took a time out. But, yeah, I'm good now. Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
Listen, it turns out that tonight, what we're actually end up doing is, man, we paying homage to a real one. Let's go here to C2. Okay. This is Barry Johnson. And Barry Johnson has actually got a video here following your recovery.
Yes.
December 2023, I came home from the hospital after being in the hospital for like 2 months. Came home, was able to finally take a nap of just excruciating pain through the night. When I woke up from that nap, I told my wife, I was like, we gotta call the doctor. Just something's not right. By the time I got to the doctor, I could not walk. The more I do, the more unlocks. So I just don't want people to translate that to why I do what I do. I feel like I got a calling to do art. I think there's something big's gonna happen. I don't know what that means, but I need to keep moving along. And the more that I revealed and the more that I was honest and transparent with what I got going on, that part has not slowed me down. I'm more healed and creating, but I think what the next year is having in store is really gonna just open up to allow me to go deeper with my art just based off of what I was doing. The physical journey has been tough, but I'm seeing progress. I think a lot of people don't see the work I put in on the back end. I think they see the art, the post on Instagram, the projects, but I don't think they see that I'm doing therapy 2 days a week and then doing my own routines at home and walking and pushing myself. I had the lifts pulled out of my house. You've been in my house and studio. I got a million steps, so I had those taken out just to challenge myself to walk steps. So I'm constantly, I don't think people are seeing the push, the physical push. You know, I don't think people see the pain I'm in. They don't know really what I'm going through on that level, but you know, I'm doing well. Work hard, work's paying off. I'm a motivated person, so if they tell me I have a certain percentage of success and it might go this way, I'm gonna shimmy through that percentage. So I think a lot of the hard work that I was putting in, I couldn't see the finish line. You know, in the beginning, I was just trusting the process. But I knew I had a lot of mountains to go over. I think when I was doing therapy at home and the therapist would come and get me to stand, and sometimes it was just as simple as just taking my legs and moving them up and moving them to the right. I couldn't see how it was all gonna come together. And even when I was on the walker, walking across the floor, like, look, you're taking 2 or 3 steps. And I'm like, no, I feel like I'm just like over lava. Like, this isn't really feeling natural. I didn't see how it was all gonna come together. But I just still put 200 and something percent into it. And then eventually you get over one mountain, you go over the next mountain. And then all of a sudden I'm walking with the walker, and then I'm walking with the cane. And now I'm walking with one walking stick, and then walking with nothing from time to time, and able to stand, you know. So it was year 1, year 2, now I'm about to go into year 3, and I have a whole game plan. And I've given myself another year, right? So now I'm gonna be going to the gym, doing PT, I've been eating healthy, all these things. So that's gonna be my motivation for year 3, and then we'll figure out year 4 if it's even necessary. But I think it's gonna be good.
All right, big shout out right there to Barry Johnson. Yo, Barry's a whole nother story. Oh, yeah. You talk about a creative brother. I would just say this because we're keeping it about you right here. Yeah. But Barry, when Barry started working with us here in Converge, it's like I've never met a more open canvas than Barry Johnson. Yeah. And I've never met somebody, and it's like with Barry, I'd be like, oh, brother, you messed up here, you could do better here, you could do this, and that. He'd be like, no problem, thank you. And Barry is so dope now.
Yeah, he's good people, man. He's really dope. He's a really dope creative and a good person to know. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's all good. So we saw right here, you know, this video was a lot about what you were going through, and also your recovery, and you will continue to recover right now. And my question is, how has your health journey changed the way that you move through life? I guess that could be in a very literal way, but also in an artistic way.
I mean, in literal, you know, in the beginning I had to be careful when I ventured out. Now I can walk several blocks and park my car and get around. It just takes a little longer. But, you know, the thing has changed now is I want to make sure that I take care of my health. I put my health first. Health, family, make sure I put a little something in each bucket and not just put everything into the art bucket. So I got a lot of work that I work on with physical therapy. I make sure that I take breaks. I make sure my art doesn't just overwhelm me, and I try to pace myself. Yeah.
Right, and I'm guessing no one thing is now the like, oh, we don't do this, it's whatever, because it's like you've seen the other side of things.
Yeah, at this point, I'm just like, you know, it's gonna work or it's not gonna work.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, because we all been there though. We've all been there, and even here at Converge, I get lied to everybody. Dog, this right here, this project is gonna make us, it's gonna break us, it's gonna whatever, and then ultimately you kind of be like, you know what? We'll see what happens.
We'll just see what happens. Yeah. So, yeah, I've been able to pace myself a lot more. It's way more under control now. Yeah, I'm still busy. I don't know what.
I didn't know you was a wild man like me. You know, like we have different kind of demeanors.
Yeah.
And in high school, there were some overlapping, like, you know,
Yeah.
circles we were in. But, you know, you were a circle over here, I was in a circle over there.
Nah.
I didn't know how hard the paint you went, bro.
Oh yeah, I mean, because everybody saw me on the front end, but it was like when we were done hanging out and doing all that stuff, that's when I was drawing. You know,
Okay.
nobody really knew what I was doing because it wasn't really that cool in the neighborhood. It was
Right,
cool
that's
like
true.
2 phases, probably when we were doing
If
people's
it was like
jean jackets
if
and
he was
graffiti.
doing like
Yeah.
you know, images of gold Dayton wire
Wires,
reels.
yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
gold deed.
That's funny. My first business card at Garfield was me sitting in front of like an Impala on some Daytons. You know, or something
See,
like
you
that.
knew back then how to
Yeah.
draw people in. Huh?
Yeah, I knew how to do that. I even think I did a messenger cover. I had Bart Simpson with some Air Maxes on and a gold chain. You know, I mean, Garfield, I mean, we were Central District.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
CD
it
or
was-
CV.
Yeah.
It's
The
okay.
influence was different.
Wait, there's a
Yeah.
few Franklin people in here. They wouldn't
Oh, yeah,
understand.
that's right. Yeah.
It's all good. All right, so how has it, I guess, it being your journey, impacted your actual creative process? Like, do you think differently about anything now that this journey that you've gone through?
Yeah, I think I'm a little more confident with my moves. I don't really overthink something, right? I start working on a project and there's something in me that's like, oh, that's it. And, you know, and then I cook it up. But I don't overthink it. I don't try to do this super duper wow project every time. I stay within my wheelhouse with a little extra. And it seems to work out. You know, when I was young, I would try to reinvent the wheel every time, right? Come up with the new style, something new that nobody's seen. But now I just kind of just know what I can do.
Well, I think that probably is also knowing that, like, maybe when you're young, which is dope, because, man, I was young once, too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Many moons ago.
Right.
Is that we're thinking in a different way, and it's aspirational. It would be dope if it was this and that. And when you're older, you actually know, like, this is how the market's going to respond.
Right.
This is what's going to happen.
Right.
This is what's going to be right. So it's not even an educated guess. It's an educated, like, you know, decision here.
Right.
Because you know what's going to happen. You know what the results that your client wants or X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm able to take all of that information when I create something for a client, you know, and give them something that competes in their industry. You know, not just think local. Let's think national. Let's think global. What are these cans or this art going to do when they see it in Germany or they see it in New York? You know, I want it to really stand out and compete.
And that's consumer goods. And
for
you're
sure.
you're very competitive in, by the way, FCMG, fast moving consumer goods. You're very competitive in that space and what you create.
Yeah.
But you also create things that's not going to go to Germany,
Yeah.
like art at a firehouse.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But
Or the Black Media
Black
Matters
walls.
wall.
Yeah, I mean they all have different objectives, so I still make sure that I put my all in it. You know, with this one, I wanted to represent our culture and represent you guys and support your vision. The fire station is to represent the fighters that we lost, the present ones and the future ones, right? So I want to make sure that I do something that honors that. You know, it's not a time for me to do a style that is super futuristic. You know, I stay cool within the wheelhouse of what the project is. Right?
Hey, so we got to say in here at Converge that we don't experiment on a client project.
Nah, I don't do it. I mean, I'll experiment, but it's not gonna be too much experimentation.
You know, so for us, experiment is like, ooh, let's try this angle and this
Right,
camera.
right.
Let's do a filter of this.
Right.
And I'll be like, listen, man, we ain't gonna experiment on the
Right.
client, dog.
And you know, with public art, it's different because when I draw things on paper, public art is different because you're drawing within a product that's going to stay outside for 30, 40, 50 years, right?
Wow, hold on, say that again.
So when I'm creating public art, I'm thinking of creating art from a material that's going to last outside for 30 to 50 years. So it's different than drawing something on a paper, right? Wow. Colors sometimes is absent, colors there. Sometimes I might want it to be this, but because budget, it needs to be concrete. So it forces my creative muscle to think a little differently. That's why I get excited about public art, because I can draw on paper and do those things all day long. But now you want to give me a 4x4 and a metal sheet and tell me to create something that represents that. Now you got me. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just blown when you say that because like we're approaching, it's year number 6 here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how much longer. Some
Right.
changes happening here in this building, and we'll see what happens. But it's like, the flip side of that is like the Black Media Matters mural,
Mm-hmm.
where we always cover the retouch, and like when you hear the artists be like, it's temporary art. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like they're hoping that the city preserves it.
For sure.
But they're like, look, bro, to be honest with you, we painted the mural. It could have been gone 2 days later. The fact that it's still here 5 years later, 6 years later is crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, this thing could go at any given time. And as an artist, I need to be in my mind prepared to be like, man, this was a temporary,
Right.
art display.
Yep.
And then we sit here and you'd be like, oh yeah, 30 to 50 years is like, I'm like blown.
So when I got in, they were temporary, right? It was like, oh, you need to create something that's going to stay outside for a year or create something on the waterfront while we're constructing it. The projects I do now are going to be there the lifelong time of the building. So that's a whole different.
You're like Warehouser.
I don't know about that.
No.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying is like, as you continue to get older and gray, me and you both,
Right.
when you do public art, it's like the Warehouser guy, they plant they put a seedling in, and that seedling won't be ready to actually be, I guess, chopped down or whatever.
I see what you mean.
50, 70 years from now.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you're there at Warehouser and you're going through and you're dropping these seedlings and maybe, I don't know, you're 40, 50 years old,
Right.
you already know that by the time that this seedling that you put in the ground is ready for harvest, you may no longer be walking this earth.
Yeah, true.
And so when you talk about, it's like, yo, I'm designing art right now for another 50 years.
Yeah.
God bless you, and I'm hopeful that you'll still be here amongst us in 50 years. But if not, man, you're creating something today that's going to literally outlive you and inspire another generation.
Yeah, like when we were young, the mural on the Medgar Evers wall, I used to be like, man, who did that? How'd they do that? We walked by it every day. But now I have several projects like that are going to inspire somebody at some point.
How's that feel?
It's kind of unbelievable. It's like when I see them, it's unbelievable. Like right now, I'm working on one that hopefully opens the door for me to take my talents to the next state. So I'm still playing that competitive game, right? I would have did some of these big ones for free, only to have the portfolio piece for an opportunity to do the next thing and the next thing. So I still got the grind in me. I'm not saying I'm working for free, but I'm telling you where just my mind is.
Listen,
Yeah.
Damon is not working for free.
I'm not.
Get your bread up. And wherever. I will say this though. Hopefully, I'm not giving away too much. He is open for a payment plan. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But listen, have your bread together and pay this man. Look, we're gonna take a quick break right now. We come back. We're gonna talk about the World Cup inspired by Black Card. You're watching the pop-up.
Oh, wow.
Seattle Pride season is here, and Metro is ready to get you there. Skip the parking stress and ride with the free Match Day shuttle service. The Waterfront Shuttle, added road trips to your busy routes, Metro Flex, water taxi, and access to transportation options. However you travel, Metro can help connect you to the celebration. Plan your trip today and ride with pride.
Welcome to Hell's Kitchen, Broadway's hit musical from Alicia Keys.
Every song, If I Ain't Got You, Empire State of Mind, it's all in the show.
Meet Allie, a 17-year-old girl full of fire. Meet the musical mentor who changes her life and her family, who lifts her up. With exhilarating choreography, Hell's Kitchen is all about finding yourself, your purpose, and the people who inspire you. Hell's Kitchen, playing the Paramount Theater July 21st through 26th.
Black women in Washington faced more than twice the risk of syphilis in 2024, but cases are falling as we learn the facts and look out for ourselves. Yet 1 in 10 pregnant cases were among Black women, but more than half of potential congenital cases were prevented with early care. Early testing makes a difference. Get tested and protect yourself. Protect your child. Protect the community.
All right, big shout out to Washington State Department of Health for their support here of the pop-up on Converge Media and also their overall pop-up Deontay Damper. Washington State Department of Health partnered with We Live in Color, Deontay Damper, who's also the Grand Marshal of the 2026 Pride Parade. So thank you again, Washington State Department of Health. I'm sitting here with my guy, Damon Brown, Creative Lou. We're having a great conversation here tonight. And for people who might have missed it in the beginning, our iconic interview wall with so many people like this wall, you wouldn't believe how many people are like, yeah, they need their picture right here. It's a big deal. This wall was actually designed by Damon Brown, with Al Smith imagery, and of course, some curation support by Stephanie Johnson Tolliver of the Black Heritage Society of Washington State.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Say all that to say, welcome back from the break.
Thank you.
All right. So I want to wrap up some things because we're actually going to talk about the Buy Black card and everything else in this segment. Okay. But, in the last segment, we talk about the journey. Mm-hmm. We talk about what gets here. We talk about overcoming.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And all these type of things. Bruh, I'll be honest with you. We see you all the time. And like I said, whether it's Brooks, whether it's, the Seattle Fire Department, whether it's some public art campaign, whether it's whatever, like you stay busy. Like what's happening? And I don't want you to give away all your sauce, but you know what I'm saying? But it's a legitimate question. It's like, bro, you stay booked and busy.
Yeah, I thought kind of everybody was moving like that. You know what I mean? I take the projects on and I get excited about them and just bring them to life. I don't know. I'm applying like anybody else to these calls. Some of them fall on my lap. Some people want to partner with me because
Can I
of
stop
what I do.
You right there?
Yeah.
I think this is a very important thing I'm saying right here. Okay. Is that where you're at in your career, your stature, and the number of gray hairs that you have that match mine.
Right.
You just said something right there. Mm-hmm. You said, I'm applying, I'm getting back. How important is that? Because sometimes we get into our own heads and be like, oh, them people ain't hit me. They ain't asked me to design this and that. They hating on me. What's that? Talk about what you've been doing to actually apply and look for things and opportunities.
Shoot, for every probably 50 applications I put in, 20 applications I put in, I get we went with another artist, or we're going another direction this time. So the rejection is there, but I don't take it as like, oh, I'm not good, they'll never pick me. I just keep going. You know what I mean? And it's patience. Yeah, I'll get there.
Yeah. So I think that's important for our listeners and viewers to hear.
Yeah.
That it isn't that the guys are just sitting there being. And sometimes it is.
Right.
We pick Damon because he's the man. Yeah, that's great, and that happens. Sometimes people pick Converge.
Right.
But a lot of times it's like you out there fighting for your business.
Oh, I'm fighting for business.
You're filling out applications, RFPs, all these things.
Yeah, and then when I get it, I want to produce something where people are like, who did that? Or when they come in here and they see the wall, like, who did that? Or when they see your mural, who did that? So that's where the feel comes from a lot of these creative projects, as well as telling the stories. But I'm going to put something out there that hopefully catches somebody's eye. The Coca-Cola mural I did for the soccer tournament, they actually saw my expose I think you did on the Steelhead Alley when they played at the Mariners game, and they were like, we want him. So I know when I plant those seeds, like you were mentioning, like Weyerhaeuser, I want to make sure that I do a good job on these projects. Yep, and a phenomenal job, really.
Yeah, well, hello. Well, big shout out to Winfield Ezell Jr.
Oh, yeah.
Winfield Ezell III. Takia T-Dub Ward.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all them.
We rolled
all
up
those
with a
amazing
crispy
creatives.
segment,
Yeah.
No, I mean it's right. Like I said, I think it's important for people to hear you saying like, "No, man, I apply for stuff. I be up there looking for opportunities."
Oh, I'll be scouring the internet, putting RFPs together, filling out applications. Yeah, no, several a week.
This is perfect.
Yeah.
So we want to talk about one of the things we brought you in here for as well. Partner with us is the Buy Black card, and let me see here. Looks like we got a photo montage. Is what he's putting in here. D2. When we were up there on Jackson and Simply Soulful, I definitely got some wings. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Eric and Charlene took all the wings from me. All they left me with was the hot sauce. But you've won. You've been part of the whole Buy Black card movement for a while, so maybe you can talk about that.
Yeah.
But then also, secondly, this World Cup kind of iteration of it.
Yeah, you mean what I put into it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did the first iteration that kind of had us on the card. It was like a family or brothers and sisters or however you interpret it. This one was World Cup inspired. So I wanted to bring the energy and the power of the game and put that on the card, but also show us playing the game, So hopefully it'll inspire you to come to the community and spend with our black businesses. Hopefully a kid to see it and want to be an artist or play soccer or whatever it does for you. But that was the energy behind that particular illustration for that card. And I wanted to give them an art piece that if you pull that out and put it down, you're like, wow, where'd you get that from,
Right.
So,
How important is that?
Oh, for me, it's super important, especially for us. It just, again, shows us that we're on the level. I want that to look like that came from MasterCard or something, But it's us, and it's the Buy Black card, and you need to come spend money in the community. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of hard. I think somebody like Eric might appreciate that. It's just like, we need to make sure fools know. Hey, fully out. You know what I'm saying? And so for people that don't know, I'll explain it right here. Let me get the camera, Eric. Is that the Buy Black card is really dope. This is a project pushed forward by the Intentionalist. Big shout out to Laura Clyde. She was just here in the studio the other day. The Buy Black card is basically, if we were to sum it up, it's a gift card. And you load it up, and thanks to BECU, Bowen Employee Credit Union, and Symetra, they're putting an extra 20% on the card. So if you load the card with $100, man, they're going to make sure you got $120. And it's good at over 150 different black vendors across actually Washington State. Of course, the majority of them being right here in Puget Sound. So it's really dope in a way to be intentional about spending money with black businesses. And Damon has been like out front from day one in actually the design. And a lot of people might be like, you don't think about that, right? It's like, oh, here's a card, we'll just make it blue, put like a MasterCard logo on it.
Right.
But it's like, nah. The intentionality. So maybe, and speaking of that, maybe you can talk about your relationship with Laura Clyde and the Intentionalist.
Yeah, our relationship, I mean, we met probably when we did the first Buy Black card, and she came to me because I was doing art in the community and asked me if I would do the card. So I did the card, and then she came back around for this. She originally wanted to use the artwork for the Juneteenth FIFA poster, but we were unable to do that. So I was like, I'll draw you a whole nother picture. That kind of.
So hold on,
yeah.
Mr. Director.
Yeah.
This guy, he's just dropping stuff. I'm gonna call you Mr. Subliminal. So I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Lord. We gotta press pause right here.
Yeah.
Did you make the art for the FIFA Juneteenth poster?
Yep. I won a contest with the
ladies and gentlemen. Whoa. You see, Big O be listening.
Yeah.
A lot of times these guys say I'm just here drunk, but I actually be listening to you.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Me
and another artist, we won. So it was me and another artist that won posters. But yeah, I won the design, and they used it. They made scarves. They made pins. They did marketing pieces with it around the town, and yeah, got me a lot of media. Yeah. Yeah, and that one I fit in between a couple projects.
You just
Yeah.
listen. Hey, and by the way, I give you free reign, Mr. Director. Feel free to drop these image bombs everywhere.
Yeah.
He asked me, he texted me, he was like, "Hey, can I put the artwork up?"
Yeah,
I'm
go
like,
ahead.
"Listen, this is
Yeah.
bombs over Baghdad.
Yeah,
Drop them artistic bombs.
Yeah.
See there, you see right there.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, he's like, yeah, man,
Yeah, that one was fun.
Yeah, we got the artwork.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Listen, all right. This guy has so many questions here. I don't know. I will say this.
Yeah.
Because we're over time.
Okay.
And which is crazy is there's still like 20 questions left. We're over. But the reason why we're over time is because we talking from the heart and not from the head, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Believe me, I know it's tough for that. I keep a show on time.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's not often that I can see a good friend from back when I see you. I see a mirror image of myself as a young guy trying to aspire and go out to the world and do the best that I can and all these kind of things. And it's such a blessing. People don't realize it's a blessing to be able to even sit here and be like, yo, whatever life journey has brought us through, that we're able to sit here and be like, yeah, bruh, you know what I'm saying? We're here together.
Yeah.
And I'm so thankful for the opportunity to like chop it with you, fam.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah, it's been a hell of a journey. It hasn't been easy. I'm not gonna say it's all been bad, but it hasn't been easy, and I'm still on it. Like you saw, if we did this wall in 2021, I didn't even know it's 2026.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
This is what I'm saying. I'm just in go mode, you know.
This one right here. And the best thing is I just knew I was gonna be crushed if it went a different way.
Oh, really?
But I just knew that if I had everything together, and I just said, well, my vision, and my vision was very basic right now. There's probably over 50 maybe images on the wall. I sent Damon a mock-up that maybe had like 7 or 10. You know, they were all extra wide, everything else. But I said, is this something you can believe in? He was like, yo. And bro, matter of fact, let me just tell you this.
Okay. Yeah.
While you're here, is that your artwork has been so inspiring to hundreds. And see, when you was first here, bro, there was only a few different signatures on the wall. Connie Thompson, Jesse Jones, people like that. Bro, it was over close to maybe 1,000 signatures on the wall.
Yeah.
And you know, people come here, and I can't tell you how many people on their Facebook or Instagram, their profile photo is in front of this wall. Like, you've created something here that in this space, all your art is special in its own different ways. But you created something here in this space that continues to live, that continues to grow, that people feel it's a sense of accomplishment. If someone has a photo or a selfie in front of the iconic interview wall. You know what I'm saying? And so I just want you to know, like, I know you do a lot of big shit, and I'm not saying this to like belittle anything or make anything sound funny. I'm just saying in our own hood kind of way, because it's like you design a shoe for Brooks, you do this for the city, you do, but in our own kind of way. In our own Cherry and Jefferson and Jackson, you know what I'm saying, kind of way. Then, man, what you done here is so special. And people from 30 different countries around the world have come here, and they say, I want to take a picture in front of this wall. And that I say, thank you, brother. God bless you.
Yeah. And I'll say, because I know that doing the project, it was important to you. So to see all the people in the photos where you've taken your grind and who you've had on this stage and in front of this wall to take pictures, that was kind of my hope for it when I did it for you. So I've seen you've had people in front of this wall off of your journey in front of it. It's just been amazing to me because I see it every time. Yeah.
Just dope.
Yeah.
Eric, you got anything?
When's your birthday?
October 15th. Okay. Or what did we used to say? October amphetamine. So Central.
Hello. Man, we're keeping it CD. All right, brother. So that last camera there on the right, we want you to look in right there and tell people how they can catch up with you in any kind of way you want them to.
Yeah, you can catch me on Instagram at creative_Lou. That's LOU. You can also go to my website, creativelou.com. You can follow me on LinkedIn, but be on the lookout. I'm having my biggest public art installation to date pretty soon. I want everybody that I've touched that has followed me or inspires to be an artist to show up for the unveiling of that. And then there'll be several more after that. So stay tuned.
All right. There he is. We'll keep it on the wide, brother, if you can. Damon, like, bro, I I'm not expecting you to know this or realize this, so I'm going to tell you this.
Okay.
Bro, you're a legend in hallowed ground. And I say that this studio, see, this is the people's studio. And pretty soon, like, we're moving in, we'll have a different studio, it'll be a different, but you know, you never see nothing ever crazy come out of this studio, right? Because we know this studio right here belongs to the people. We were able to acquire this studio because of the people.
Right.
And we never forgot about that. And so it's like, for us, this is the people's studio. That first Emmy that we won, that's the people's Emmy. Because that was our coverage. You know what I'm saying? During the Seattle protest. This is a sacred space for us. And also that when you walk in here, you see Elijah L. Lewis's name up there on the door. And you see, you know what I'm saying, Devon Pickett and so many people that we lost. This is a very sacred space that we're in here tonight. And I just want to tell you that, man, you're such a special person.
Thank you.
In this very sacred space. And that we appreciate you, brother. You are so phenomenal at what you do. We're so thankful that we have an opportunity to work with you. We're so thankful that you continue to work with us.
Yeah.
You know why.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
we're so thankful that you continue to show up for us.
Thank you.
And, you know, it's not lost. This is a big deal. You know, Eric can tell you, Charlene will tell you that it's like, we're like, man, Damon is coming tonight. Yeah. And just know that it's okay to be a joyful receiver here.
Yeah.
Because everything that we're saying is real.
I thank you.
Receive this love that it's like, man, we can't, but you're a big dog to us, man.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Yeah. I don't see it that way, but yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah.
No, it's all good. That's the best thing is that you got people who are seeing things in all kinds of other ways for you. So I appreciate you coming tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
For a show. Hey, look, we're going to get out of here. We went overtime. Mr. Director must have been feeling good tonight. You know what I'm saying? He gave us an extra 18 minutes. Thank you, Calligraphy. We're going to get out big shout-outs to our guy, Damon Brown. He told you, follow my Instagram.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Creative_Lou. And more important than that, the follow is important. You're going to see some big things popping and little things stopping from Damon Brown. You know what I'm saying? In a whole nother way. We want to support him. Get out there. You know what I'm saying? If you can't tell a friend to tell a friend, let's be present for someone who's always been present for us. On that note, we're going to say, I guess, goodbye. Who? No, we're already over time. Yeah, give us money. You already know. We need money. Go to the website. Donate. But we're out of here. Tomorrow night, we got DJ Tap. Ooh, tomorrow night's going to be crazy, bro. For guys like me and you whose mobility is a little stiff, tomorrow night is all about hot girl Pilates.
Oh.
So we got DJ Tab. We got Ashley McCurdy. We got a few other people in here. It's gonna be solid. Make sure and tune in. That's tomorrow, 9 p.m. Until then, on behalf of producer me, Gil, and director Eric Calligraphy, peace.